And they are both New Mexico state senators joining us today. Thank you both for being on. We do appreciate that. I'll start with State Senator Tobiassen, if I can, on this. The governor bringing in the National Guard to help solve the fentanyl issues in Albuquerque, but crime issues as well. You obviously are plugged into everything New Mexico. Can you kind of elaborate what you see happening in your state and specifically there in Albuquerque, if you can, with the National Guard?
Sure. Thank you for having me. Here in Albuquerque, I'm the only Republican senator fully in Albuquerque. And I can tell you what we've watched over the past several years is the failure of progressive ideology, legislation, and leadership. And our crime is growing at an astronomical rate, especially with our youth. And our legislators, our Democrat majority legislature refuses to address it. So daily, people are living in absolute fear, really.
That's a shame, by the way, because, everyone deserves to feel safe in their communities. And to call in the National Guard, something's clearly going wrong. We're learning a few more details, though. They're going to be tasked with assisting Albuquerque police with scene security, traffic control at critical incidents, medical assistance, humanitarian efforts, prisoner transport unit assistance, transit security enhancement, also helping police out with Metro Court security support, aviation security assistance, shield unit, case preparation support, and the drone program as well. So a number of topics, State Senator Thornton, that they need some help with. You think it's going to make a difference?
Thank you for having me. I actually am not sure that it's going to make a difference whatsoever. I think it's important to acknowledge the fact that our Democrat governor finally recognizes that she is overseeing a border state. And I'm really glad that she's actually engaging the National Guard. Unfortunately, I think she's missed the mark by about 250 miles. The National Guard needs to be at the border, helping out Customs and Border Patrol and ICE, where we know that we've had fentanyl and human trafficking actually occurring on a regular basis coming across our border. And so that's the issue that really needs to be addressed. And that's why we have so much crime here in New Mexico. So I have a lot of concerns about her initiating a National Guard personnel to help with the Albuquerque Police Department in those areas that you just suggested. But the real issue is that we really need to have these issues addressed at the border where we could stop a lot of these activities that are occurring in Albuquerque from occurring at all.
Interesting point. State Senator Tobiassen, did you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I'll add to what the senator said, which here in Albuquerque, part of the problem too, and actually statewide, is that we're not enforcing our laws as they stand on the books. We have judges that are letting criminals out, and we need, if I were the governor, I'd be calling leadership in the majority on both the House and Senate side and demanding we repeal bail reform. We have a catch and release policy, so it doesn't matter who's helping. And this is not to be disrespectful to our police officers and the National Guard. God bless them all. However, if we actually put criminals in jail and kept them there for the appropriate amount of time, we wouldn't have half the problems that we're seeing right now.
That sounds just like common sense, by the way. You really need to lock up repeat offenders. They're not learning their lesson, clearly. Can I ask you about an unfortunate recent incident where the GOP headquarters came under attack? We actually spoke with the chair of the Republican Party of New Mexico recently. She shared this, a little bit more context about what happened in New Mexico. Let's watch.
I get to represent all of New Mexicans through this experience as a victim of crime. There's not many people in the state of New Mexico that have not been victims of crime because of the crime surge. And the Republican Party is going to stand strong for every single one of them and try the best to legislate for good crime bills, make sure that we're not just attacking legal citizens, attacking our Second Amendment right, and see if we can't help legislate and fix the state of New Mexico.
So, Ant Thornton, if you could speak to that maybe, and then also just what ran through your mind when you learned the GOP headquarters were attacked?
Well, in regards to the GOP headquarters being attacked, I think this is just a response to, I think, what we're all calling Trump derangement syndrome. We know that the success of the DOJ activities and uncovering a lot of the waste, fraud, and abuse is an issue that a lot of people are just now waking up to. But the left is really upset because we're finding out all the corruption that's been occurring for quite a bit of time in our government. The fact that we had this firebombing on our GOP headquarters here in Albuquerque is symptomatic of the fact that we just had one of the congresswomen who represents New Mexico just the day before telling everybody at this meeting that she expects her people to litigate, to legislate, and to agitate. And she told the group that they were part of the agitate. And right after that, we had the firebombing in GOP. And so I have not yet heard anything that they have accepted responsibility for that action. And so I know it's still under investigation. I'm hoping we can find the people who are responsible.
Sure.
But it's critical that the violence that we're starting to see, and not only with the GOP, but we're also seeing it at Tesla manufacturing sites and Tesla sites where they're selling Tesla, and even people who own Teslas, who were traditionally
everyday
liberal.
people. Yeah, we've been talking
just
about
regular
that.
folks
We had two
being
Tesla
attacked.
owners yesterday.
Yes.
One of them was rolling down the street in a Mardi Gras parade and had to get out of it. Their car was beat up. The wife inside was injured as well. I mean, it's just really gotten out of hand. New Mexico State Senators Nicole Tobiassen and Ant Thornton, thank you both. State Senators, we do appreciate your time.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.